We have not done a video in a while, and since today's Friday, I decided let's do a quick recap. We're starting it off with DXY on a daily time frame. As you saw yesterday, the ETF was approved, and as soon as you got that approved, you got DXY getting pushed back, and we got a little bit of upside volatility on Bitcoin ETH, but all of that calmed down, and right now I am watching DXY as to where we close today. If DXY does get this closed to the downside under 105 today, I would be looking for Bitcoin ETH to get a little bit more of a sideways consolidation. But when we open next week, we'll get clarity as to direction. Right now, I am still on the side that DXY is being accumulated in a rounding bottom fashion. This is a bull flag. We have the support at 104.30, and I'm looking for continuation up back into 104, 109, etc., etc., etc. As soon as government starts printing, that is the direction I'm expecting DXY to go. Yes. Aside from that, now if this goes up, keep in mind tech stocks and crypto should see some inverse reaction, since that's the relationship we have been observing in Bitcoin and DXY for the last like 5-10 years. So yeah, that's the gist of that. I'm gonna turn off this fibs because all of this stuff now is basically what I have set up for members. So let me show you a weekly chart of Bitcoin, and this is Bitcoin. I do have a new script running. It's basically showing you volume profile per candle. So just a quick uh, summary of what that is. The white line is the point of control, and then obviously you know what the shaded candle means. And yeah, I mean the white line is the point of control, showing you that's where the most volume is traded. Okay, so with that and candle theory, you can see why this wick here was the reversal pivot for Bitcoin, and you basically went and tested as low as 58.6. Oh, well, you went all the way to 56.90, but the point of control was, this is where the pivot actually came in. You could actually see this on the lower time frames, why we pivoted off of that area right here. So on my lower time frames, I was looking for that area anyway. But when we took the liquidity outside of this area here, this little point of control got taken out. That's when you got the dump. It was when we reclaimed that same area, this area right here of these wicks. This was the left shoulder, this was the head, the inverse head, and here's the right shoulder, which is Quasimodo, more shallow than the others, showing you bullishness. So this inverse head and shoulder is what pushed it up to the next level. You're actually doing a bull flag consolidation right here, which is basically right where you had the previous breakout. So all the people who got 2-year fork just got pushed out of the market and they're back to normal. So that's what I wanted to show you on the 4-hour. Now going back to the weekly, you can see that we're still making a lower high. You did not make a higher low. This weekly candle is showing you, you know, a huge sell-off that occurred after the news. You're showing volume decreasing as well from buyers as we're coming in. So my opinion, maybe one more week of sideways and then you might see a reversal come in, something similar to this candle here. So I'm excited for what comes, but I don't want you guys to be just bullish, bullish, bullish. That's not how markets work. Just understand that this is a possibility of an inverse head and shoulder being formed, but you need to basically hold the support over here at 66,000. Any lower than 66,000, you're going to have issues of destroying the formation, and you can start looking for liquidity under 62,000 basically. Around 62,000 is where you would be seeing possible touch of support before continuation occurs for upside. So let me show you an example. So something like this that's occurring, you can do something like this. You'll come back, grind out the slow, make a flat bottom, and then break out. Same thing here. See, flat bottom, then break out. So this thing has to come, make an even area of consolidation, you know, like around 65K, And if you could hold 65K, you have room for this to slide on up into next week. Okay, like I was showing you the doji that was forming this week. Next week, you'll probably be testing into that wick, at least that point of control over here at 68K. You know, you'll get a test in at 68K next week, and if you can't hold 68K from 65 to 68, okay, because 65 is the support. If you can't get into 68 and hold it, then obviously you know the downside is down. Everyone knew that the 71K was the area to short. I mean, dink. So it wasn't a big surprise that that caused your second lower high. And yeah, now we need to see if support is confirmed, and then we can look for the next breakout. I mean, if you are looking at this on a daily, we are in an uptrend. After you consolidate, after touching the EMAs, you get a nice breakout, right? Here you touch the EMAs, you consolidate it, now you're getting that breakout. This was a lot larger of a move after consolidation, but every time we touch these EMAs, right, and you get a push off, it's a pretty sizable move. Um, this one was 36%. This one was, I mean, I'm not even going to take the whole top. Let's just take to the bottom of the consolidation. 51%. Right off the EMA. This is at 1617. So obviously you can see this take out this high and give you a swing failure possibly into, I mean, I have the EMA already marked for members. So if you're interested in, doing harder technical analysis, if you're interested in day trading and, just looking at assets for a living, like trading for a living, feel free joining our Discord server. The link to the server is in the description of this video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend that helps this channel grow, like our affiliate link for MEXC. So thank you so much for helping supporting the channel. If you guys have any other questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below as well. I'll get back to you in the next video. And if you could just leave a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications so the algorithm for YouTube spreads the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Back to this. We still have room to, go up. I would like to see a swing failure at least like maybe like around 3%. I usually like, so I mean we could probably get to what is this 76.5, a swing failure that. So until that test comes, I'm not assuming that we're just going to go down sideways, and then we will be able to confirm after 65K the support at 62K. And once 62K is gone, you have this wick here. Once you lose 56.9, then you can look for these lower levels, okay? I'm not saying these levels are going to come. I'm just saying that it's a possibility. And now with ETF approval and Bitcoin ETF approval and Bitcoin already proving to you that these institutions are going to start accumulate, a lot of big banks have disclosed their position in the Bitcoin ETF, guys, like fucking JP Morgan included. So, yeah, do not assume that we're going to go down. In my mind, long term, this is going to be like Microsoft, slow, steady upside long term. If you go on the higher time frame, such as the monthly, which is going to close in about 7 days, you can see we have to see in the next 7 days if we're actually going to come test back into that 70,000, 71,000. If we can close like this, like bullish engulfing, equal highs, then I would be much more inclined for continuation higher. If we close muted or under the 50%, I'm gonna have to take the like precautionary measures that downside is a possibility, and we can flush, probably to 50K ish, and then reverse up for a continuation. So that is a possibility. Please be ready for that. Aside from that, let's go take a look at ETH on the monthly since we're already on monthly. You see how this looks healthier than Bitcoin because it's a bullish engulfing. Like this looks like you're going to get continuation next week or next month, regardless of where we close, as long as it's above 36. So that's something to keep in mind. If you go to a lower time frame, such as weekly, you see you got volume here. You don't have volume on the other side. So ETH actually had buyer step up before the announcement, and now we need to see if they stay and hold after announcement. Keep in mind, ETH is a staking coin. This was a beautiful bull flag, by the way, with the equal bottoms. This is what I was telling you guys, equal bottom. You know, these wicks gave it away. Shoot. So I was actually busy. Members got to take this 3,200 to 36. I was, I think, in Pyth doing some other stuff. But yeah, this looks good for a continuation. If you get break above 39, you can look for that all-time high at 41 and more. But be patient for next week to show you if we're going to get into an above 39 or not. If next week shows weakness on stocks, we might find some weakness in equities as well, because it could be a sell the news event. You had a lot of volume done over here, and now you can push all that back out by coming and testing back into 3,200 and then continuing back up. I don't want to see 3,200 per se. I would like to see 3,350. I don't want to go lower than 3,350 ish. Yeah, 32 is as low as I want to go, but 3,350 is a good line in the sand to protect. And then worst case 32, but I do not want to go to 32 at this point. I would like to see us make a bull flag inverse head and shoulder, consolidate this equally around 34, and then just break out for the new all-time high. It would be ideal if DXY allows this to happen. It would be ideal if people actually add new money into the markets and buy ETH. But now with the ETH ETF, I'm thinking people are probably going to start talking about Solana too now. Where's Solana? The Solana ETF. So this is something to keep in mind out, because if Solana gets an ETF, man, what other altcoin can? And Solana is not fair distribution. So I don't know how this thing ain't a security, but that's all I want to say on that one. Lower time frames on ETH, you can see that we are basically had the swing failure pattern yesterday on the wick. This was right to support at I think it was 3,500. Yeah, see, right to the PLC. And then that's how I know that this was a swing failure pattern, and then it actually continued up. But now you getting weakness because you never even got into the bullish engulfing. You didn't even test into the doji top, and then you're just getting pushed right back down. So right now on ETH, if you can't get above 3750, a little bit low trickle into these levels of 3620, and probably that wick gonna get eaten at 3550 is a possibility for today. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to see any lower than 35 for the continuation to get back into 3750 and higher. If you get under 35, then keep in mind you got those 3350, the level that we were talking about that we don't want to go under, and then worst case scenario that 32. So this is like air. This is like what do you call that? Fair value gap. So a test of the fair value gap, I would think, would be logical, a little bit under 3450, just to take out the people who bought this wick. And then you could have a continuation here like ABC, and then continue up, like 1, 2, 3. So keep that in mind on ETH. A lot of people weren't expecting that huge move before the ETF, but of course, as usual, everyone found out a day before, and basically they front run the ETF getting approved. And I wish, the news was not allowed to do stuff like that, but the short squeeze that they had into the news event could have been the selling the news event. So if you got the short yesterday at 38, whatever, good. If not, be patient to confirm support and then go. If you're chasing the long right now, what I would tell you is look at what you're buying. How do you know where's your resistance? It's all-time high, right? 41. Where is the all-time high? Let's take a quick peek. So here's your order block right here, okay? This little tip is your order block. You wicked the top of it. You wicked the bottom of the order block too. So at this point, as long as you can go 37-ish, the possibility of you getting back into 41 is there. It's just today is just not looking like it's going to be the day. It would have to be in a day or two. I don't think today is going to be the day that you're going to retake out that high. There's just too much liquidity here, and it's just been piling down here. I think you're going to trickle down into New York Open, and then you'll get that upside push, if anything. Keep in mind, today is also Friday. It's payday, so a lot of people might be FOMOing into the markets. So be aware of your support and resistances. And yeah, Tesla did get hit. So that's basically all. The last thing I want to go over is NVIDIA. I was talking about this with my buddy yesterday, and I was like, bro, sell it and then rebuy it later. Where is NVIDIA pre-market? Oh, it's actually N50. So this is a very, very interesting case study. This is what Bitcoin and all those other cryptos used to do. You had the inverse head and shoulder, you had the breakout. Breakout has a big gap, and usually this price of efficiency gets filled. And what happened was they had a bear flag and a short squeeze. So there was people probably building a short, building a short, building a short, building a short, all getting liquidated on the gap up, and they're probably trying to add short while other people are trying to jump into this trade. Well, here's the 4 hour. You can see that somebody actually shorted the top yesterday, and now the short is trying to break down the point of control, which is a $1.30. Oh, $1.30. Haha, 130. If you get open an hourly open and close underneath that 130, you will start seeing the attempt of filling this price of inefficiency. Okay, so that's why I was like, sell it. I think yesterday I was like telling him to sell it around here, like 150, a little bit higher around there. And I was like, oh, try to pick it back around 960, 960, 970. I think I had this already fibbed out. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this is the conservative fib around 1006, but I'm looking for the pocket underneath it, like around 960, 970 for an accumulation, and then I would ride it back up over here. The reason why I think this gap is gonna fill is because of the split that they have up and coming. On the last hourly, it looks good. So when New York opens today, we have to see can it hold above the 1045. Otherwise, this 1045 and up is where I was saying get out. Okay, like 1055 is like the area that people are going to be shorting and selling off of, and you want to reaccumulate this on the, well, 1000 something would be the first pickup, but this 960 I would have my full position back. I wouldn't take a risk of me waiting for it to go even lower. This thing is on like a epic upside run. So I would not try to front run the top. I don't even want to short it. All I'm looking for is a buying on support. The support is over here at like 970. So I would use that support to buy that support on a pullback after taking profit, because my boy was like long from like 860 or some shit like that. Yeah, he was long from way in this consolidation. So I was like, yeah, take your profit, you make good money, and then when it comes back as a buying opportunity, buy it, because this is one of the most overbought stocks with the highest P/E, like the most expensive, like out of like so many different options you have in the market. I want to show you P/E, can't even show you. Anyway. Well, that's basically the gist that I have for you guys. So this thing, I am skeptical of a downside reversal. This thing, I am skeptical of further downside. I'm looking for this to actually hold the support around 177. So 170, 169, 170 area is the accumulation that I'm looking for, this upside continuation. And this is why I was saying when you got into the 180, 190, take profit, because it's going to consolidate. In worst case scenario, it could go to these lower levels, but that's if you lose that 170. I'm going to delete all this bullshit too, because it looks a little too much doodles. There you go. So this is showing you like, hey, you want to hold this trend line. you know, and then you're squeezing price action for the pop. So it's like a big consolidational, like a wedge, but this wedge is on the bottom. Okay, like if you go even higher time frame, you see this is like the low of the low of the low of Tesla on large time frame. If you're gonna be a long-term investor, it's like you can't ask for anything better than this kind of an entry because it's on the bottom of the order block, and then from here, obviously, you're looking for upside continuation. I'm deleting all this other bullshit that I have up in here. You see the white? I'm deleting that too because I don't like all that nonsense blinding us. There you go. So this is what we're looking at. And even this fib, which is it from the top? Yes, so. So yeah, this was worst case scenario, 113, 130. This is where we are. Okay, so this is from the top, this is from the bottom. Okay, so that's why it's like that. This bottom was telling you where to buy it. There's like a little arrow over here. So yeah, there you go. As long as you're above 150, I'm looking for support confirmation. And as long as you're above this 170, I'm looking for accumulation for continuation into 200 and plus on Tesla. So be patient. I do think this company is going to do things. And now Elon is saying, yeah, let's not tax Chinese cars. He's trying to get some support from China, I guess, for his Teslas. Nobody likes Tesla in China. I'll just tell you straight up. BYD is the main company in China because of all the awesome tech bells and whistles. People look at Teslas as like a junk car. So just keep that in mind for whatever you think China and Tesla is going to do other than share AI data, I guess. So yeah, this is the monthly. You can see volume is lackluster and trickling down. I think the end of this month, as long as you're above 155, 160, you have so much opportunity of this being the bottom month and next month just getting on up there. One tweet from Elon saying this, that, or other pushes this stock, and the fact that you got this nice wick shows you that there was buyer support off of the EMAs. Let me turn off all my stuff. You see this wick last month? That was a good buying opportunity at the 130, 140s. And now that it's back above this 155, if you can get 155, good luck. But you see this point of control is at 164. 164 to 173 is $10 difference. I'm not going to cry for a $10 difference if this is a long-term investment, right? Like the best price you were going to get is around 150, 148, and you're at 173. And this was a quick wick and reversal. You would have to have been sitting at your computer and ready to buy this on a bad day too. It was probably a bad day for the market. And of course, you know, you don't have that kind of courage and you don't have that confidence and courage to do it when you're supposed to. It's because the market is scaring you out. But when market is showing you like, oh, things are good, you're trying to buy, and that's when the reverse comes. You know, you try to get in the mentality of buying the blood and selling the green, because that's the proper mentality. You know, you want to have a discount, right? So how you get a discount? You buy when it's selling off. You want to sell premium. How do you do that? You sell when everything is pumping. Stop doing the opposite, and then you'll probably make some more money in the markets. Aside from that, guys, I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a great week. I'm going to get out of here because this video is taking way too long now, and I'm just rambling. If you're interested in my rambles, please feel free to join the Discord server. The link to the server is in the description of the video below, alongside all the other affiliate services that I use and recommend that helps this channel grow, so thank you so much. Aside from that, leave a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, trade safe, talk to you soon. Adios.